Cooking with Lauren.
Hey everyone, I wanted to make a video today that shows how blind people or legally blind people like myself, so I do have some remaining vision, are able to still do tasks of daily living. So this can include cooking, cleaning, laundry, just a whole bunch of different things. Sometimes I use non-visual techniques that are like, I guess you could say official, and other times I just kind of do things on my own. So I am doing this because of a recent campaign put out by I believe the Foundation Fighting Blindness. That could be the complete wrong name because honestly, I've been too angry about it all to really remember that part. But I believe it is the Foundation Fighting Blindness. And this is a campaign called the How I See It campaign. And this campaign is asking fully sighted people to put on a blindfold and then do different tasks, whether that be cooking, cleaning, taking care of their child, but that's just not realistic. People who are blind go through training to be able to do these tasks in a safe and simple way, and it's not realistic to just throw on a blindfold and do something. It makes everybody's irrational fear of blindness so much more, I guess, almost people, finger quotes, realize the fear, but that's not what blindness is really like. So, I just wanted to make this video and show you how I do certain things. Please excuse my sleeping guide dog on the couch. I would kick her off for the video purpose, just to be appropriate, but she nicely asked permission to get up only about 2 minutes ago, and I thought it was rude to kick her off. So, I hope you enjoy this video, and I will see you at the end. Okay, so first off, to make the tomato soup, I prefer to make it in the microwave in something called a micro cooker from Pampered Chef instead of on a stove. One, it's hard for sometimes for me to tell when things are about to boil over, and so it's easier to just not have to worry about it and put it in the microwave, especially while I'm also trying to make sure I don't burn my sandwich. But that's me, just not being good at multitasking. So I'm going to open this can, and to know it was tomato soup, in the store I'd have to have someone help me or get down with my face really close or use my phone. At home I have stuff just put in a certain place to know where things are. And special effects. And so I know that it's the can contents and a can of milk. If I didn't already know that, I could either take a picture of the can and probably send it to someone because the print on the can is so small, or I could ask someone to save it. So right now I'm just kind of moving the spatula around the inside the can, trying to get the stuff out. And then I forgot to grab a paper towel to sit the spatula on. And I also didn't grab the milk. So, can of milk. To know when the can is full, I got soup on the outside of the can. I will put my finger inside the edge of the can, and then when I feel the cold milk on my finger, I stop pouring. And I touched the edge of the milk gallon to the edge of the soup can to make sure I was touching the soup can. I have to tell. So now to stir it together, I'm just kind of roughly stirring this, and I'm keeping my hand kind of over the top so that I don't splatter out. I can feel when I'm starting to stir too quickly. Okay. I'm going to go sit this in the microwave and then grab the can. So our microwave, we have added braille labels to it on all the numbers and then the other buttons. And I apologize if anything isn't in focus. If I left the autofocus on my lens, it was quite loud, and so I can't see to focus things, so it's just the way it is. So I'm going to start with 4 minutes, because this microwave isn't very strong. And then while the soup is doing its thing, I'm going to put together the sandwiches. Okay. So I like to make them on a plate. My mom always made them on a napkin, and so I'm used to making them on something. But I'm going to use a plate just because it helps catch the crumbs better. Okay. So we have some bread, and then the butter. I don't know it's the butter because 1, I know where I put it in the fridge, and 2, it is square, and the cream cheese is round. Okay. So I'm going to get some butter on my knife. And then, to butter the bread, I'm not sure if you can see this just a minute. There we go. I'm going to find the bread with my hands and then just kind of gently move the knife around the bread. And get some more butter. So there's really nothing clean about cooking when I'm doing it, and I don't know if that's just because I'm a bit of a messy person or if it is because I'm blind. Who knows? So now I'm going to grab some cheese, and again, I knew where I had put it in the fridge. And then getting the groceries themselves, I either order them online or I go with someone sighted, or I ask for sighted assistance at the store. So we're going to butter the other piece of bread the same way. And I'm not totally blind. I actually do have some usable vision. I'm considered legally blind. But this time of day, from this distance, I cannot see, I missed the butter tub and made a mess. I cannot see the bread that I'm buttering. So I think one of the hardest parts is making sure you get the whole piece of bread. When I'm making it for myself, I don't really care and I just feel the entire piece of bread. But if you're making it for someone else, that's probably a bit frowned upon. So I am going to put the other sandwich together and then take us over to the oven. So while I was finishing making the sandwiches, the soup beeped, and so I took it out of the freezer, or out of the microwave. Oh! And now I'm going to give that a stir.
I can tell it was hot, but I don't know if it was already hot through. And so I'll put it in the microwave for a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes, and then leave it in there while the sandwich cooks. So again, I'm just stirring it, trying to get make sure nothing's stuck. And then I gotta find, there it is, my napkin. I had it stuck to the spatula. And that's right. There we go. And so over here, I have just put my pan on the burner, and we have relabeled the burners again with braille. So again, that's not going to focus. I'm sorry about that. I don't think there's anything I can do to focus it either.
Burner, we just put F and then R for front right, except I think it's RF for right front. You don't actually ever read it often. And then medium, we know when the burner is all the way off, that medium is the complete opposite end, and there's a little dot there. And then we know that it goes, that's the oven, excuse me, sorry. 350 is down there. The dot beneath is medium, and then you go that way for high, so it's to the right, and low is to the left. So So to feel, hope my pan is warmed up. It's actually too warm. I just kind of hold my hand over it, but not touching it. And then I will switch up for the other. Okay, so to cook sandwiches, I'm still thinking my pan's a little warm. I'm going to turn it down a little bit further. So, this is kind of difficult. So I put it in. And then I need to find where I put this up. There we go. So that sounded kind of warm to me. But I also had quite a bit of butter. So I'm going to leave it on about the same heat. And then what I do is I let it sit for a little bit. And then when I'm ready, I kind of start to wiggle up underneath. And I find that the sandwich almost starts to make a little bit of a noise. And then if not, I'll pick it up, flip it over, touch it, and then flip it back if it needs more time. And then to the soup, I'm going to head back into the microwave. Actually going to give this a little bit of a squish, because I find it helps when you flip it. Flip it and check. Feels good. So I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit though, because that cooked pretty fast. And I still want to make sure my cheese melts. So I can feel, let me pick this up and try and show you. I can feel that it is crispy without burning my hands. And also with the spatula, I can see this one, the bread is still pretty malleable where that's more hard. And then I do have a plate sitting right next to the burner. Or not next to the burner, next to the stove, ready for the sandwich. Okay, so that's done. And so I'm going to find the plate with my hands and pop it on. The other sandwich, go ahead and put it down. Give it a small squish. And so that's in the pan, and I want to try and show you. So when it's not have any cooked to it, the bread, I can feel how it's pretty squishy still. But when it gets cooked, it not only makes a noise, but it's a bit harder to squish with the spatula. Sheba, come here. I'll show you my guide dog while that cooks. This is Sheba. She's a black Labrador Retriever from the Guide Dog Foundation for the Blind. I know my soup is hot because I can feel the steam coming off of it. So I'm going to check the bottom of that sandwich. And while that's happening, I'm going to cut this sandwich. Not sure if you could see, but I found the corner of the sandwich with my thumb and my first finger. And then I put the knife between them, and now I'm holding the sandwich down with my thumb and first finger while I cut with the knife. I'll show you after. Okay. See, I don't like my sandwiches done very much, so obviously that's a preference for how long you leave them on. Okay, so let's check the sandwich one last time. Feels good. Put it on the plate. I will try to make it so you guys can see this, me cutting the sandwich. Turn off the stove. Hopefully that didn't make anyone too dizzy. Okay. So, I'm going to find the corner with my two fingers, my thumb and my first finger, put the knife, and then continue to follow it to try to go in a straight line. Got that done. Good cheesy sandwich. Okay, so for the soup, I'm going to put you back up. Okay, so now I'm gonna ladle some soup into my bowl. use my ladle and dip it in the soup. And then I lift the bowl up and I sit it on the edge of the container. And then I find the ladle, or the bowl with the ladle, and pour it in. I will need to wipe off the edge of the soup bowl normally. Actually, not bad. I'm just going to do that quick. That's just from the ladle touching it. And there it is. Grilled cheese and tomato soup. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope it's not too long, and I hope you are able to see that us with visual impairments are able to do simple things like cooking. And I wanted to apologize for any times when the video is not in focus or that it's blurry. I'm not able to see whether things are in focus or not, and leaving the autofocus on my lens was very loud, and so I went ahead and turned that off. And I also wanted to apologize for the weird angles. I left my tripod at home, and so we're just going with it. I also hope that you can hear me throughout all of the video. I haven't edited it yet to know for sure, but if not, I apologize, and thank you for watching. So, to know this is a can of tomato soup, Guess what I just opened a can of?
Tuna?
No. Paige, they're not the same shape.
Pears?
No. So all I did was look at the fact that it said Campbell's.